A star made if she dances.
A pizza restaurant in Colorado was the scene of a mad shooting spree that left 2 people dead. Police are searching for the man who opened fire in a Chuck E. Cheese restaurant in Aurora, Colorado after hours last night. 2 employees were shot dead, 3 others wounded, all shot in the head or the face. Police have not disclosed a motive for this vicious attack. A Los Angeles television station says another boy has come forward with a claim he was sexually abused by Michael Jackson. The youth is described as the son of a former Jackson employee. Meanwhile, lawyers for the entertainer say Jackson will respond to the allegations soon. CBS News correspondent Sandra Hughes has the story.
While Michael Jackson remains in seclusion at his Santa Barbara ranch, a former maid stepped forward with a revealing story that could potentially harm the superstar. Blanca Francia has told authorities she saw the singer naked with children.
I saw this mother taking these boys to the house, him sleeping with them for days, and taking baths together, showers together.
Also on Tuesday, a former Jackson friend who danced on the Thriller video publicly sided with Jackson's accusers.
I'm disgusted. You know, I'm fed up with this whole thing. I'm fed up with seeing him with children.
Eddie Reynosa says Jackson called him in November to say he wasn't coming back to the U.S. And Reynosa says the only reason Jackson did return was because a plea bargain had been arranged.
Now, they're talking about a sweet deal with the district attorney. They're talking about Michael, if he pleads guilty now, he'll take a slap on the wrist, pay a big fine.
But the district attorney tells CBS News there is no plea bargain in the works. Michael Jackson's attorney Howard Weitzman says the singer has consistently denied the allegations and will continue to do so.
We will not buckle, we will not bow down to what's being said.
And Jackson's family continues to show their support.
They're just allegations. They're trying my son before he's even accused.
What the world is waiting for now is for Jackson himself to speak out, which his lawyers promise will happen soon. Sandra Hughes, CBS News, Los Angeles.
All of Hollywood is bidding farewell to a legend. Actress Myrna Loy, whose career spanned decades, died yesterday after a long illness at the age of 88. Bill Tush looks at her work.
Myrna Loy spent the first 10 years of her acting career in over 60 films, always playing to type, as an exotic vamp, often Asian and always mysterious. She was born Myrna Williams near Helena, Montana, but the studios thought Williams was too common, so she became Myrna Loy.
I'm not taking him, he's taking me. Oh! Are you all right, madam? Women and children first, boys.
It wasn't until she auditioned for a comedy role opposite William Powell in the adaptation of Dashiell Hammett's mystery novel, The Thin Man, that Loy shot to fame.
They were a type of comedy that would continue to appeal. I mean, they had a quality that would last, I think, and apparently it has.
The public was in love with Loy's new film persona as a bubbly, sophisticated, perfect wife. Franklin Roosevelt claimed she was his favorite movie star. And by 1936, she was Hollywood's #1 female box office attraction. She was voted queen of the movies, and since Clark Gable was voted king, well, the two paired up in a couple of films.
You couldn't go. You came back. You couldn't go.
Now, then get in. Don't ask any questions. Let's get out of here.
Get in. How?
Here.
During World War II, Loy devoted all her time to the Red Cross. After the war, she made what is considered her finest film, William Wyler's Oscar-sweeping The Best Years of Our Lives.
I look terrible.
Who said so?
Is it fair of you to bust in on us like that?
One of her last films was a cameo role in The End, directed by Burt Reynolds.
I'm sorry, Ben. The store was all out of sad clowns.
He said of her, the world has been more important to Myrna than her career. She could always see beyond Hollywood's city limits.
Coming up next on the news, researchers have hit upon a way to reduce a woman's risk of ovarian cancer. And in our focus report, why the government may soon regulate herbal medicines and other health food staples. Those stories and more next on Newscenter 8. It's now up to the leaders of Britain and Ireland to sell their framework for peace to the people of Northern Ireland, and it's bound to be a hard sell. The peace framework offers negotiations to the IRA if it drops its campaign of violence. The agreement also says Protestants will not be forced out of the United Kingdom. No reaction yet from the IRA, but hardline Protestants are already saying that that agreement is unacceptable. In medical news, women who have their tubes tied run a lower risk of ovarian cancer. A new study shows that women who had undergone tubal sterilization were 67% less likely to develop ovarian cancer, which is the fourth leading cause of cancer death among American women. Researchers suggest the sterilization may cause a hormonal change, which reduces the risk for ovarian cancer. Will the FDA take your vitamins away? Some people in the health food industry claim that new regulations will force products off the shelves. But federal officials say that's not quite true. CNN's Eugenia Halsey has our focus report.
Charles Ragusa pops up to 8 pills a day, including multivitamins, high-potency vitamins, and Chinese herbs. And he's worried about the signs in his health food store saying the Food and Drug Administration is going to take his vitamins away.
Well, I won't be able to take them at the levels I'm taking them now, and possibly some I won't be able to take at all.
Other health food store customers are concerned, too.
We're sort of adopting a bit of a big brother mentality here.
You know, it's my health, and they're messing around with my health.
There's just one problem. The FDA says it's not true.
FDA has no intention to take people's vitamins away. That's ridiculous, frankly.
A coalition of consumer and health groups agrees, saying vitamin users have become hysterical over nothing.
It's the great lie of 1993. The FDA is not banning vitamins under this law.
The coalition says the supplements industry has been using Hollywood celebrities and other tactics to scare thousands of its customers into believing their access to vitamins and other dietary supplements is threatened, when in fact the main thing the new regulations would do is insist there be strong scientific evidence to back up health claims on supplement labels, not take supplements off the shelves.
There's some dietary supplement products out there today being sold to treat AIDS, prevent cancer, treat heart disease. We think that when you make a claim like that for a serious disease benefit for dietary supplement, that you should be able to support it scientifically.
The FDA is biased, ill-informed, and abusive when it comes to nutritional supplements.
In any case, the vitamin wars are not over. Lawmakers are expected to tackle the topic again before the new regulations actually go into effect. There are bills in Congress that would give the FDA less control over supplements. In the meantime, the FDA's new labeling regulations are supposed to go into effect in July. Eugenia Halsey, CNN, Washington.
Has the flu hit your household yet? Well, it's taking its toll on many area families and has now prompted the closing of 2 schools in our area. Parma Heights Christian Academy and the Christian Academy in Cuyahoga Falls, both schools closed today due to an outbreak of the flu. And no doubt our weather outside with the cold and the warm and the dampness is contributing to that spread of the flu. Yeah. There sure are clouds all over the Cleveland skyline, but Andre, I understand you've got some good news. Going to clear those out for us?
Yep, some good news, but at this time of year, December, January, February, good news and good things usually come to those who are patient, because weather systems tend to be more cloudy than not. We have a lot of clouds up there right now. By tomorrow and Friday, we're anticipating a little more in the way of sun. Not a completely sunny day, but at least we'll see some multicolor instead of monochromatic scenes from Casablanca, which we're currently checking out. We'll talk about the increasing batch of sunshine coming up next. We have a few sprinkles developing out here again, but they're coming so sparse and so brief that you can literally count the number of raindrops on one hand at one time. Here's a look at TV8 first warning radar. You can see most of the rain now well to our west. This is the batch that came through early this morning. This is a 7-hour loop. You can see it sliding in this direction. What a strange direction. Usually you see it going in the other direction at 180 degrees. We'll show you that in just a second. All due in part by a low-pressure system well to our south. What I'm going to do right now is take this and literally throw it in reverse to show you that this is the way precipitation should go. But bear in mind that this loop here is actually going backward. And here's the reason for it. Let's check it out. We'll go to the weather map and show you a very well-entrenched upper-level storm and surface storm. It's a very stubborn, slow mover. Circulation around it counterclockwise, and that is bringing an easterly wind, which you can probably hear in the microphone here in the front yard. And as a result, any precipitation bands are actually moving west. Weird, weird weather. Check out some of these numbers right now. Cloudy skies, 42 degrees, the wind chill 27, wind northeast, 13 miles per hour, kind of brisk and kind of raw. Kind of raw, it is raw. Humidity 86%, the pressure on the way up 2979. That means that we may see some breaks here before too long. Ceiling low and the visibility 7 miles. Let's check out some of the numbers right now, and before we do that, we'd like to say hello, Dick, who's probably watching from Cleveland Clinic. Hope everything is going well. I know we're not supposed to give personal messages, so we won't do that. Right. Let's see what's going on right now. Most of the rainfall in southern Ohio. You saw TV8 first warning radar. A lot of clouds across the north. 42 Cleveland, 40 degrees Akron, Canton, but it feels more like upper 20s because of that raw northeast wind. Watch the center of circulation. You can see it riding from northwest Arkansas to just about Raleigh-Durham. It's riding to the east. Some drier air from Canada will finally begin to pull in, but again, very, very slowly. Things usually improve only slowly in the wintertime months of December, January, and February. Some of that drier air filtering in. In the meantime, the east wind will keep things cloudy, but that will begin to pull off the east coast, and as a result, we may start seeing some sunshine tomorrow, and even more so on Friday morning. The next system is out here to the west already. Heavy snow, Wasatch of Utah, and also through parts of the Rockies. That system heading in for Saturday. Forecast details for this afternoon. Cloudy, quiet, you kind of see, or kind of feels like we're playing scenes from Casablanca. Very monochromatic out there. 43 the high. That's not much different from what we have right now. Tonight, cloudy, uneventful, 35 to 39. For Thursday, tomorrow, slow clearing, some sun, 43. Sunshine followed by increasing clouds Friday. Could see showers Friday night, 46. And then cloudy, chilly Saturday. Rain showers changing to snow showers, 36. And there's the weather line, 8810880. Things will start to improve. Just give it a little bit of time. Things will come slowly, but surely. Back up to you, Lori.
Andre will be patient. And with a look at Wall Street this noon, the Dow is down 10.62 at 3732.01. 145,126,000 shares have changed hands. And gold this noon is selling up a bit at $386.91 the ounce. And the high-flying Atlanta Hawks in sports have won 14 straight games. They landed at the Coliseum last night with a brand-new coach you are familiar with. Ex-Cavs coach Lenny Wilkins had a homecoming he'll remember for a while. His Hawks led from the opening tip-off to hand the Cavs their third straight loss, 103-92. The Cavs kept it close late in the fourth quarter, but the defense fell apart when Atlanta went on a 15-4 run. The result, another win for Lenny's bunch.
For players, it's an emotional thing, you know, but with me, I try and keep my focus, you know, and, hey, you know, listen, don't think it didn't seem strange sitting down that end, you know, but you know, be as it may, those are the adjustments you make.
They showed tonight. They got a lead on us, and we came back. We didn't panic. We played hard, and that's the way Lenny Wilkins coaches.
Well, the Cavs now have the day off to regroup before heading to Miami tomorrow and Detroit on Saturday. Still ahead on the news, we'll tag along with Neil Zerker on a one-tank trip. Not a very likely winter destination, but you're in for some pleasant surprises from Huron, Ohio, right after this. From time to time here on Newscenter 8 at noon, we bring back some of the more popular of Neil Zerker's one-tank trips. This one was first aired last February, and it's about a destination you might not think about for a winter trip.
Wintertime may be a strange time to visit here in Ohio, but the ice and cold give this resort town a solitary beauty. From a grain ship unloading at the dock, to the stark emptiness of the Huron River at midwinter, where the only occupants are seagulls perched on the ice. Most of the tourists are gone, and now is a good time to explore. Finding a place to stay is easy. Captain Montague's Bed and Breakfast. Here the elegance of Victorian times is mixed with the lore of the Great Lakes sailors. Here you can find rooms like the Bridal Suite, each with a private bath for as little as $68 to $95 a night. If you remember Cedar Point from the 1940s to the 1970s, then you remember the wonderful Berardi French fries that were served at the park. The Berardi family today operates this restaurant in Huron where they still make those great fries. The secret is a simple one.
We use a real large potato and we slice them fresh daily, and what's left over at night that's sliced already goes right in the garbage because we start fresh the next day. I mean, we just
never frozen.
Fresh, never frozen.
They also make some mighty good food here. Bakery items are made from scratch each day, and the menu is a varied one with blue plate specials daily. The Wildwood Country Store is celebrating over 3 decades of selling the kind of merchandise our grandparents and great-grandparents liked.
It seems as though they say history repeats itself, but just has slight changes. And a lot of the things that we sell in here are those timeless, time-proven goods that Grandma used that people have tried to improve upon with newfangled ideas. But it's funny how we go back to the original.
From penny candy that now costs $1.89 a pound to freshly popped popcorn, the store is trademarked. You'll find the elements of a general store of a century ago. Oh, you'll also find some old friends, like a life-size Raggedy Ann doll, just right for posing with. Here in Ohio, it's the right time of year to visit, and best of all, it's just a one-tank trip. I'm Neil Zerker, Newscenter 8.
After a 2-year break and a surprise marriage, one of Hollywood's hottest properties is back in business. Julia Roberts stars in the new thriller, The Pelican Brief. And today on Newscenter 8 at 5 o'clock, Julia talks about love and life. And then today at 6 on Newscenter 8, you say your Christmas packages and letters just have to be there on time, but you're running out of time? Today at 6, we'll tell you how to meet that looming deadline. Plus,
tonight at 6 on Newscenter 8, we'll take you to an Ohio town that has the holiday spirit. They offer a carousel ride on the first hand-carved wooden carousel to be built in the United States in 60 years. And we'll drive through a fairgrounds that has been transformed for the holiday season into a magical place of lights. All this and more as we head out on this week's one-tank trip. I hope you'll come along. I'm Neil Zerker, Newscenter 8.
And finally, the Christmas lights are on at the Osborne House, all 3 million of them. Hundreds of people gathered outside the Little Rock, Arkansas home Tuesday night as the Osbornes flipped the switch that illuminated that controversial 600-foot display. Last week, a judge ruled the lights can stay on, but with some limitations, after neighbors complained they are just a bit too excessive. The Osbornes also have had to hire security guards to maintain calm around their holiday paradise. Sure gives my Christmas lighting display some competition, but...
Bah humbug.
Oh, yeah. And that's our time for this edition of Newscenter 8 at noon. Thanks for sharing your time with us, and we hope you'll join us again tomorrow. Have a good day.